Welcome, everybody. This is Kate Lambert-Lee with MWR, and today we're doing progressive muscle relaxation. If you haven't been fortunate enough to join us each of the past 3 weeks, we have had great opportunity to have the De-Stress Your Life series, and they all are posted online and available for you to view at any time on MWR's webpage. Again, thank you all for joining us. If you haven't joined the MWR's Wellness Wednesday, which has all the latest updates, just email us at mwr@dla.mil. And also, we'll be putting in a link for you to provide feedback on our Lunch and Learn series. And we want to know what you think and want to know more about so we can give you the best possible information. And without further ado, I'm going to introduce Chelsie Downs-Hubbarth, and she's a certified wellness coach, trauma-informed yoga facilitator, behavioral change specialist, and personal trainer. She integrates passion for mindful movement, body positivity, and intuitive eating in her wellness coaching to meet the unique needs of each of her clients. Chelsea's a mom of 3 boys and spends her free time, if she has any, working in her garden, making art, and spontaneous adventures with her husband. So welcome, Chelsie. Great to have you again.
Thank you for that introduction. So it has been a pleasure to be able to offer these Thursday afternoons with you all. I have done the chair yoga and then the breath work for the regulating your nervous system. And I'm filling in for Jenny Updike today for this progressive muscle relaxation experience. So I do want to make it an experience, so we will talk less and feel into this this technique more. It has been around for a long time, since the 30s, and I would even say before that, relaxation techniques have always been a part of the yoga philosophy because, breath work, movement of the body, and then the final relaxation at the end of each class is the 3 parts together that helps us find that balance within. And so I said this at the end of our session last week, but just to say it again, there's this great quote that says, "Our body needs movement, but our mind needs stillness." And I say that again because so many of us do one or the other, if anything at all. And so if you're working out and exercising and moving your body, that's fantastic for your physical being, but for your mental well-being and your emotional well-being, these types of practices can be incredibly helpful. And then obviously the opposite is true. If you're only doing these relaxation meditation techniques, then your body also needs movement. So finding out what that means for you, what that looks like for you in your life, so you can create more balance. This particular technique is fantastic for folks who suffer from insomnia. A lot of people, after experiencing this, start to become really aware of the tension in parts of their body. So I'll use myself as an example. I never realized how much I was tight in my lower abdomen. And until I started doing this technique, it really helped me on my day-to-day, noticing it when I was tightening a part of my body. And people say that all the time about their shoulders and their chest and their hips and their pelvic floor. So if that is something that you notice, please let that kind of ripple effect throughout your day so you can really start to notice when you're holding on to tension, when it's really unnecessary. And so this practice is a series. We did a similar series where last week when we just brought our attention to a particular part of our body, and then we intentionally relaxed it. This time, we're going to still continue to do that. So we're going to start with our feet and work all the way up to our head. That's just the way I'm going to do it today, but it doesn't really matter if you go from your head to your toes or your toes to your head. That is completely up to you. But in this time, we will squeeze and tense that muscle, and then we'll intentionally relax it. And so this teaches our body, what does it feel like to be tense? What does it feel like to be relaxed? And then that systematic moving up the body or down the body, depending on how you do it, can really start to help. And that, like I said, this is a fantastic way if you're sleeping and you wake up in the middle of the night, or if you're having a hard time getting sleep at night. This practice, I promise you, it will be a tool for your toolbox that you'll want to come back to. In the chat box, I did put a link to the WebMD description of this, and it's also, there's a ton of YouTube videos. So, and I know this is being recorded as well. So just find out your resources, utilize this practice when you need it. And it's not uncommon for folks who are having a hard time getting to sleep or really do suffer from insomnia to have to do the head to toe 2 or 3 times to really let their body unwind. And so I notice for myself, though, when I'm doing it, all of a sudden I'll be halfway through and I'm asleep, and then I think about it in the morning. So without further ado, I'm just going to put some music on and encourage you, while I get this going, unless you're driving, of course, getting as comfortable as you possibly can, wherever you are. So I'm in my office. I'm just going to scoot my seat back, bring my feet to the floor. So wherever you are, I want you to just take a moment to adjust your body. See if you can make yourself a little bit more comfortable wherever you are. See if you can support your body, support your joints. And if you can, take a moment to pause and take a few deep, easy breaths into the body. So where possible, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We're slowly sipping the breath in through the nose, puckering the lips, letting the breath out, steady stream on the exhale, emptying the lungs. Do this for a few more times. So you'll see, if you're looking at the screen, that my eyes are closed. And I want to encourage you to either close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing that, or soften your gaze away from the screen, giving yourself permission to just lower the eyes, soften the muscles around the eyes. And again, we'll just take 1 or 2 more deep breaths before we begin our practice. Typically, this practice is done lying down. So if you are lying down, that's fantastic. If you're seated like me or standing, it can be done like that as well. But when we squeeze, we want to just solidify just that muscle group that I'll name. So if we're talking about our right hand, we're squeezing our right hand without trying to squeeze or engage any other muscles. And then I'll give you the cue to relax, and I really want you to relax, like let it go. And if you're lying down, that might mean you squeeze the arm up and lift it up a couple inches off your off the floor, off your leg. And then when you relax it, it just falls down. Okay, so really allowing your body to fully let go. So starting with our right foot, if you're seated, you might need to extend the leg and you're going to point the toe. You'll feel the calf engage here. And then you're going to flex the foot back of the right leg, bring those toes back towards the body, and relax. We'll do that again. So we're going to point the toe of the right foot, flex the right foot, and relax. Engaging that right thigh. So we're going to squeeze the right thigh and relax. And squeeze that right thigh. Squeeze, 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 and let it go. Bringing your awareness to that left foot, pointing the left toe, flexing that left foot, and relax. Pointing that left toe, flexing that left foot, and relax. We're engaging that left thigh, so we're squeezing that left thigh, feeling the knee kind of creep up into the thigh, squeeze. Take a deep breath in. Relax and let it go. Bringing your awareness to your buttocks and your hips and your pelvic floor. So we're going to squeeze, so tuck the tailbone. We're going to squeeze the pelvic floor. We're going to squeeze the butt. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax, letting it all go. We'll do this one 2 more times. So we're going to inhale, squeeze everything up, squeeze the butt cheeks, squeeze the pelvic floor up, engage that lower abdomen. Deep breath in. Let it go. Do that again. We're going to inhale, squeeze and engage. Exhale, release. Take a moment to notice how your body feels from your hips, down your legs to your feet. Taking a couple deep breaths here, noticing. And this time we're going to bring our attention to that lower abdomen specifically. So we're going to really squeeze those abs in, and so you're almost still tucking your tailbone, engaging that lower back, but I want you to squeeze the belly. Deep breath in with the squeeze and the contraction of the muscles. Exhale, relax and let go. Squeeze the lower abdomen. And as you exhale, letting go, imagining it washing all the way down the legs, out the feet. One more time, squeeze, engage. Deep breath in through the nose if possible. Exhale out the mouth. Imagine everything down and out, relaxing the belly, relaxing the hips, relaxing the buttocks, giving permission for the legs and the feet to feel completely relaxed. Bringing our awareness up to our shoulders. And this is the one that people have the hardest time letting go because they want to control the shoulders as they let them go. But I want to encourage you as we squeeze the shoulders up to the ears on the exhale, we drop them and let them go. So if you didn't look at the screen, I'm just squeezing those shoulders up towards the ears, taking a deep breath in. And the sigh, the audible sigh, sometimes can be the best in releasing any tension in the body and in the mind. That might not be a possibility when you're in bed and you're sleeping next to somebody, but for now, if it's possible, give it a try. We're going to do this 3 times. So we're going to squeeze the shoulders up, take a deep breath in. Let it go. So we're intentionally creating tension to release tension. So we'll do that again. Squeeze it up. Exhale, release. Next one, I want you to squeeze, and I want you to hold it here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Full deep breath in and exhale. Audible sigh out. Notice any awareness around the shoulders. Noticing how that felt to maybe even squeeze the shoulders up if that's a normal feeling in your body. If it felt difficult or hard to truly let go, or maybe even that audible sigh. Sometimes people have a uncomfortable time with an audible sound coming out of their body, that releasing. So without judgment, we're just noticing how it feels to do this practice in our bodies. And the next time we're going to still work with the shoulders, but instead of pulling them towards the ears, we're going to press them away, down towards the feet. If you're seated, or actually lying or seated, you're just going to press the shoulders down and relax. Pressing the shoulders down and relax. Last time, pressing the shoulders down and relax. Bringing our awareness to the right arm. I want you to bring the arm out in front of you and make a fist. And you're going to squeeze that right arm. Try not to engage any other part of the body, just squeezing, making a fist with that right arm. Squeeze. And we're going to open up the fingers wide, so as wide as you can. Flare those fingers and relax. Let's do that again. We're going to straighten that right arm, making a fist, squeeze. Feeling it in the bicep, in the elbow, in the fist. Opening, flaring those fingers wide as they can. And relaxing the right arm. Taking a moment to compare the right arm to the left. Just noticing if there's any sensations, any feelings of tingly or lightness or nothing at all. Doesn't always have to be a sensation, but if there is something, Just take a moment to note it. And we'll bring our awareness to the left side this time. We're going to make a fist with that left arm, straighten it out, engage, and flare those fingers wide and relax. Again, engage, making a fist, squeezing it as much as possible. And flare those fingers on the left side and relax. Again, noticing sensations in the arms, maybe taking a moment to compare the two, the right and the left arm, the shoulders, the elbows, the wrist, and your fingers. And we'll trace our awareness all the way up to our face. So this one can feel a little funny at first. I'll be brave enough to do it on screen, but we want to squeeze all of the facial muscles in towards the nose. So we're gonna squeeze the eyes, pucker the lips, squeeze it all in as far as you can in towards the nose, and then relax. Eyes relax, jaw relaxes, tongue relaxes. Do it again, we'll squeeze everything up. Squeeze, pucker those lips, squeeze those eyes. And relax. You might feel the shift of the energy kind of falling back and down as you relax. So the squeezing and engaging is a forward energy. It's kind of bringing you in and up. And then we're going to squeeze and relax, feeling that energy shift back and down. And on your own time for these next several breaths, I want you to stay with your breath. And I want you to trace your body from the toes, making your way all the way up the legs, through your core, into your arms and your face and your head. And just notice if there's any part of the body that still feels any tense, tightness, uncomfortableness, or pain. And see if you need to maybe tense and relax that part a couple more times to give your body this deeper understanding of what it feels like to be relaxed, to let go. Or there might be a moment that you need to stretch, move, maybe roll the shoulders, stretch the legs, stretch the arms above the head. Letting your body tell you exactly what it needs. This is intuitive movement. Still staying with our breath. Staying with any body sensations. Giving your body permission to relax and let go. And when you're ready, we'll come back to the screen, maybe open the eyes wide. And notice how you feel after this practice. We did that for about 20 minutes. We were tensing and relaxing several times of the body. That was just something I did today. Oftentimes, there's just a tense and a release and relaxing and letting go. So I spaced it out a little bit more, but that's not necessary if you're lying down and you're trying to go to bed. You move from the toes all the way up the body, all the way to the head. And if you need to, you go right back down and you continue to do this progressive muscle relaxation systematically up and down the body until the body starts to finally respond to this tensing and releasing and letting go. So I'm available for questions. I would absolutely love how you feel, to let me know how you feel now. So if you want to drop that into the chat. Good. I'm glad it feels relaxing. Did anybody notice a part of the body that was tense that you didn't know was tense? Or did anybody have a hard time actually relaxing and letting go? So if you don't feel comfortable sharing, just that reflection, your own personal self-reflection can be incredibly helpful. And like I said, that ripple effect for your days, when you're working or you're running around with the kids or doing anything with the family, really starting to notice in these practices can really help us be mindful of what our day looks like. And so if I'm noticing that I'm squeezing my belly muscles while I'm doing something, I can pause for a moment and relax and intentionally relax instead of wondering why I always feel, shoulders are tight or neck is tight or my eyes are tired because my muscles have a hard time relaxing. So someone said, thanks about that. I want to do this every day. So if this is something you are interested in doing, and this is just like any new technique or practice, that I would like to encourage you to use your smartphone and put a reminder on your phone every day. And you can start at a time that you think might be helpful. And if it's not, if it tends to not work after that, you can change the time. But this simple, small technique of putting an alarm on your phone can be incredibly helpful in getting you in that practice of wanting to do it. Because if you don't do something like that, and this is a brand new technique for you, what will happen is you will leave this session and you'll get going with your day and never turn back. So if this is something you want to do, take a moment right now before you go and put a reminder on your phone. And like I put in the chat earlier, there's a lot of different, let me just say the most important part is that there is no right way to do this, okay? Even if you wanted to start with your face and then do your feet, the systematic is helpful for me, but I don't want anything rigid of the way you're supposed to do it to get in the way of you actually practicing it. So 1, there's no right way. 2, there's lots of videos out there. So if you need a reminder or you need something to follow, there's lots of different visuals and YouTube videos. So utilize the free resources that we have on the internet. Utilize your cell phone to help you implement these types of practices. And it's all for free. So that's one of the best things that I love about breath work, about relaxation techniques, about moving our bodies in ways that feel nourishing, that once we practice them and we learn them, they are free and they're available to you at anywhere, anytime for free. So it's a blessing to be able to have this opportunity to learn these tools and techniques so we can fill our toolbox for if and when we need them. All right, well, that's all I have for today. I'm happy to answer any questions or field any comments or concerns, but other than that, I appreciate you participating and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you so much, Chelsie. Again, this is Kate from MWR. And if you look in the chat, we have a link for a survey. If you can share all your thoughts and any suggestions you have for us. And also, don't forget, next Thursday, we're having hormones and how they affect the body. And, again, thank you so much, Chelsie. It's been a great series to participate in. And we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great day.
You too.